You're about to go buy another funded account, aren't you? Even after you blew the last one without learning a single lesson? Most people will tell you, take your time, take as long as you need. But I'm here to tell you that is the exact reason why you're failing to pass them. That's because you're focusing so much on holding on to these accounts that you're missing the whole point of them. You're trying to get funded so you can actually make money from them. I've been trading prop firms for the last 4 years and I've gotten over 40,000 in payouts using these simple rules. Most people will tell you that you need to take your time, but I'm here to show you that you can pass your account in 5 days using these 5 simple rules. The first thing is going to be strict risk management. Most people will tell you have a consistent amount of risk that you place on every trade no matter what, whether it be 0.5% or 1%. Now, I'm going to tell you why this confuses most traders and why this is actually incorrect if you don't understand how to trade. This is because if you're purely focusing on your risk management, you're kind of missing the whole point of having a model and having specific setups that are either A+, A, B, B+, and C. There's going to be different grades and different probabilities to each setup. And on the higher ones, you're obviously going to want to layer in and risk a little bit more than you would on the worst setups. That's because your goal is to pass the account. Even if it happens in one trade, you're still passing the account because you took a higher risk on a high probability trade. If you know your system well, then you'll be able to easily place higher risk on a good probability trade. This kind of goes along with risk management, and that is to stay well below the daily loss limit. You do not need to be risking 5% in a day or even like 3% on most futures prop firms. That is a crazy amount of risk. Make sure that you're stopping at 1% or 2%. Even when I say leverage up on some of the A+ setups, this does not mean that you should be risking more than 2% on a single trade. Layer in properly, make sure you go break even on the higher positions when you add newer ones, and risk properly so that you do not blow your account in a single day. Because if you're still doing that, you're probably not going to succeed with prop firms at all. One more thing with risk management, and that is not to revenge trade. Don't try to size up when you're wrong or size up when your position's moving in the wrong direction. That's because when you do that, you're only going to lose bigger positions on days where you clearly don't know where the market is going. Make sure that you step away from the charts once you hit that personal 1% loss limit. Prop firms give you a 3% or 5% loss limit. Set a personal loss limit for yourself to maintain your account, and make sure you're not losing more than you should on bad days when the price action is bad or when you simply can't see where the market is going that day. That happens sometimes, and that's okay. Step away from the charts and prevent yourself from blowing your account on a bad day. Now, before we hop into this video, I just wanted to say that all this information is publicly available. But if you're still struggling as a trader, maybe just to sort out information or make it make sense to you, and you're looking for a more personalized approach, shoot me a message on Instagram. My Instagram is linked down below in the captions. If you're looking for a more direct, personalized approach, I do have a 3-month coaching program where you can hop into personalized calls with me where I'll take you through the information that you need to know to succeed as a day trader. The second thing is something that every trader should already know, and that is to trade a proven and repeatable setup. This is the model that you have learned over the years, that you have backtested, that you have mastered fully. Without this model, you leave so much room for emotions to sneak in. And when you leave that room, you're going to revenge trade, you're going to leverage in on bad trades, and you're going to take random setups that aren't really going anywhere. You're going to try to trade inside of consolidation. You're going to try to trade inside of bad conditions that you normally wouldn't trade if you had even the simplest model. So it's really important that you master a model, that you figure it out. And if you like the way that I trade and you want to learn one of my models, then to the left, I do have a video on my exact setup that I use to get consistent payouts from prop firms. Another thing that goes along with trading a proven and repeatable setup is choosing a single pair, because every pair has its own characteristics and it moves during its own session. You kind of want to master the characteristics of your pair during each session and be able to adapt based on what you're seeing. The more pairs that you trade, the less mastery you have over the pairs that you trade. Remember the quote, jack of all trades, master of none. So be sure that you're not spreading yourself too thin and master one pair that's going to actually help you succeed as a day trader. Now, I know a lot of good traders that trade on par, if not even better than me, but still fail to pass new prop firm challenges because they simply don't understand the rules. So rule 3 for you to help you pass prop firms is to make sure that you know their rules to the letter. You want to make sure that you know their daily loss limit. You want to make sure that you know how much you can possibly make in a day. If they have any hidden rules that prevent you from risking a certain amount in a single day or in a single trade, if they have rules against trading news, if they have rules against holding your positions on the weekend, all these rules are little things that you might have not known about the prop firm that you're trading that will lead to you blowing your account without you actually being a bad trader. It's simply a lack of awareness of the rules of that specific prop firm. So make sure that you take even a little bit of time to just read through all the rules. This is the prop firm that's going to be paying you money. It's going to be your source of income. So don't take it lightly. The least you can do is actually just read through their FAQs and understand the prop firm from the front to the end. The fourth rule is one of the most important ones, and it's going to be the make or break of whether you succeed using prop firms, and that's going to be psychology and emotional discipline. That's because you need to keep your emotions under control if you're trading with tight rules. You're not trading on a live account that gives you as much freedom as you want. You're trading with a prop firm that is designed so that most people struggle to pass it. Prop firms make money off of you, so they're going to want to make sure that you spend at least a few tries before you pass the account. Make sure that you overcome your mind so that you don't fail as a trader using a prop firm. Some of the most common psychological and emotional mistakes that traders make are forcing trades because they need a win. And this happens when people are so close to passing an account. You guys can't even imagine the amount of times that I've received a message from somebody saying that they were so close, 1% or even 0.5% away from passing the account, and they ended up blowing the account. Because they were so close to passing the account, they kept taking trades. When they would lose, they would revenge trade. They would add more risk to the position to make up from the loss that they previously made, just enough so that they passed the account. But if they came in with the wrong narrative that day, they would simply blow their accounts. They would keep trading until that daily loss limit, and they would blow their accounts after coming so close to finally passing it and getting payouts. Prop firms are a really good tool to actually replace your income and become a full-time trader. So stop making these dumb mistakes because you're impatient to start making money from trading. Take breaks if you feel emotional or frustrated. Take breaks if you're sick, because all these things mess with your head, and your head is one of the most important tools that you have as a trader. The last rule, and rule number 5, is going to be capital preservation over profit chasing. Like I just said with the example of what most people do, if you're chasing profit because you need a certain amount to pass, or you're aiming for a certain amount of a payout, you're going to make a lot of critical mistakes that are going to cost you your account. Never forget about the rules that you have towards the certain amount that you have to lose per day, because once you start focusing on the profit target instead of your system to prevent you taking more than 1% of losses, because the moment you look away, you're going to be 2%, 3%, 4%, and before you know it, you're going to lose your account in a single day. Use partial profits, secure wins, and let the small positions run while you take the big position off the table. While you definitely can, you do not need to pass your account in one day. You need to make sure that you're focusing on the move in the market and getting out once the TP has been hit and the market stops moving for the day, because all that's left for you is consolidation. Now, just to recap, these 5 things will help you pass your account in 5 days, and that is strict risk management, trading a proven and repeatable model, following the rules of the challenge to the letter, psychology and emotional discipline, and capital preservation over profit chasing. Use those 5 things and change the way that you've been trading prop firms. You don't need to spend a long time trading your challenges. You need to pass them and get funded so you can actually start making money. Now, if the question that you're asking yourself is which prop firm should you use in the first place, I will link some of the ones that I personally use down in the description, and you can choose whatever one aligns with your personality best. Thank you all for sticking through this video, and if you got this far and you learned something new, drop it in the comments. And remember, if you're struggling to sort out information as a trader and you're looking for a more direct approach, you can shoot me a message on Instagram and I can figure out what you need to work on. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.